It's Saturday, ba-bum. If you're wondering what to do today, I recommend watching a romantic movie. Watch a romantic movie and pretend you are the main character. Be the main character and go on a date. Have romantic kisses, and even have a love fights here and there. Watching a romantic movie and putting yourself in the shoes of the main character can help you become a better mood by experiencing the feeling of being in a relationship and in love. Have you ever had a time you felt a bit depressed or worse after watching a romantic movie? No? Well, a movie makes it possible for us to imagine endless things and to dream. You can dream of romance while watching a movie, experience catharsis, and get a time of healing in your life. Shall we jump right into the show that's more romantic than a movie? This is Kevin's Hot Beat. Our first song on Kevin's Hot Beat for Saturday, September 13th was Romantic Love by Hello Venus. Hello guys, I'm Kevin from Zea. I recommended watching a romantic movie in our opening. People say it helps to watch movies when you aren't in a good mood or are under stress. It's called cinema therapy. Yes, that's right. And the best movie genre for therapy is romantic movies. It is because all romantic movies have a happy ending. Well, not every single romantic movie has a happy ending. I know some romantic movie has a sad endings too, but watching a movie doesn't cost a fortune, and it's definitely okay to watch a movie alone. No need to go to a movie theater. You can always borrow a DVD and watch it at home. It's not a hard thing to do. So on a relaxing weekend, like today, change up your mood by watching a fun romantic movie. Or spend a weekend with me, Romantic Kevin and Hot Beat. Now here is how you can tune in. We've got FM stations in Jeju-do Island, and these are the areas that you can find out. 88.7 in Jeju, 88.1 in Seogwipo, 101.9 in Daejeong, and we've got terrestrial DMB as well. You can also tune into us from New York in the US via snbus.com or SNB Radio. On weekends, you can also listen in from Radio Korea in Los Angeles and Hawaii. And I'd love to hear from you guys, so leave us your comments, messages, and song requests here on the Happy Message board at www.arirangradio.com/hotbeat. You can write your messages in any languages. Today on Once Upon a Time, we're going to take a trip down to the past, and then part 2, we'll be back with a particular theme on Tell Me Something. So let's kick off today's Hot Beat with 2 songs. Cocktail 사랑, Cocktail Love by Ailey, and 단발머리, Short Hair by Dick Punks. Welcome abroad, the time machine of Once Upon a Time. Starting this week, we'll be turning back time once a week. Bon voyage! On this segment, we take a memory lane, like our grandmothers do when they tell us the stories of good old days. Today, we're going back to September 2000. Now, what was the biggest headlines of September 2000? Taekwondo is an official Olympic sport, Sydney Olympics. Well, on September 15th, 2000 and 27th of Olympics in Sydney had its opening, and on this day, the traditional martial arts of Korea, Taekwondo, was made an official Olympic sport as with an unanimous vote. Proud to our traditional martial arts special official. Park Chan-ho, 17th win in Major League Baseball. After Korean baseball player Park Chan-ho made it into the Major League on September 2000, he had his 17th win. At the time, Park Chan-ho's longest, fastest, and best pitch was 155 km per hour. That's 97 miles. He earned roughly $3,850,000, which is about 4 billion won. Most popular phrase, 얼마면 돼? In September 2000, the famous drama starring 송승헌, 송혜교, 원빈, 한채영, and more Korean stars, 가을 동화, Autumn in My Heart, aired. In the drama, the famous scene with Wonbin made headlines for his line saying, 얼마야? 얼마면 되겠니? which means how much will it cost? And that was the most popular line back then. Well, I'm sorry that I ruined it. Here is a song from September 2000. 기도, Prayer by 정일영, and 너를 위해, For You by 임재범. You've just heard 기도, Prayer by 정일영. It's an OST from the drama 가을동화, Autumn in My Heart, and 너를 위해, For You by 임재범. We're continuing on Once Upon a Time. Let's take a look at the major entertainment news. Did I just say take a look at the? Yes, take a look at the major entertainment news of that time. 홍석천 coming out. Actor 홍석천 made headlines for his acting in the sitcom 남자셋 여자셋. This was like wow, 14 years ago. Whew. 3 Man, 3 Woman. It was big back in Korea as he was loved by many. He made a shocking statement saying that he's gay. This shocked the whole broadcast industry, and he wasn't seen on TV broadcasts for a long time. Now he's back on his feet and is considered one of Korea's top gay stars. 서태지 comeback. In 1996, 서태지 and Boys made an official disbandment, and other than music promotions, they were not seen. On September 9th, 2000, 서태지 made a comeback after 4 years and 7 months. After leaving the States, he started to do music stage and concerts to promote his songs. He was often seen with red reggae hair and hip-hop fashion with hardcore sounds. His album sold more 800,000 copies. It definitely showed how popular he was. Joint Security Area, JSA, hits the top record for the largest audience. Now, just after 5 days, 송강호, 이병헌, 이영애's movie, 공동경비구역 JSA, Joint Security Area, JSA, released. More than 900,000 people watched the movie. Back then, it was the highest record holder. It was a record that couldn't be easily beat. Now, and that was the few of the top entertainment news of the September 2000. We'll be back after this 2 songs. Ultramania by 서태지 and Tears by 소찬희. 천인헌 스와. Ultramania by 서태지 and Tears by 소찬희. Now, we're traveling back through time with our Saturday segment, Once Upon a Time. Now, let's take a look at the charts from September 2000. Okay, 임재범's 너를 위해, For You. This was 임재범's 4th album title track. He didn't do promotions, for the song, but it gained popularity after being used as a OST from the movie 동감, Ditto, which starred 유지태 and 김하늘. Roughly 600,000 copies were sold. Impressive. Number 6, 차우림's Magic Carpet Ride. This is 차우림's 3rd album title track. The lyrics for this song has written after member Kim Yuna had a sudden inspiration while taking a shower. She came out of a shower right away and wrote the lyrics. This song gained popularity after Korean astronaut Lee So-yeon turned on this song while she was outer space. Number 5, 서태지's Ultramania. After Sataji and Boy's retirement, they made a 5th album but did not do promotions. Sataji came back with a 6th album and started promotions. This is very mania-type rock music. All fans followed after Sataji and started to study rock music. Number 4, DJ DOC's Run to You. Yeah! 네 맘에 걸려 내가 원한다면 넌 알고 있잖아. I need you, I want you, I'll run to you. Yeah, baby. This is DJ DOC's The Bad Boys Korean Music 5th album title track. The other songs in this album, Lie and 포졸이, made headlines for its profanity. Nonetheless, this album, its songs, was huge sensation and received lots of love. It is still loved to this day. This album is part of Korea's Pop 100 album songs. And this was actually one of my favorite songs back then. Number 3, 조성모's 아시나요? Do you know? This is from a Ballad King Jungkook's third album. His movie-like music video was a huge hit. It was said that it cost around 1.5 billion won to make this music video. And likewise, it was loved by many. In just 4 days of the album release, 1 million copies were sold. A total of roughly over 2 million copies were sold. So that's impressive. Park Ji-yoon's 성인식 coming of age ceremony. This is Park Ji-yoon's album she released with help of JYP. Her image concept changed the naive, and innocent to sexy, surprised many fans. But the image change was huge success. This song made it sold clear Park Ji-yoon was a singer. We'll find the top song of September 2000 after some music. Magic Carpet Ride by Chaorim and Run to You by DJ DOC. Magic Carpet Ride by Chaorim and Run to You by DJ DOC. You're listening to Once Upon a Time. Now, what was the top song of September 2000? It was 홍경민's 흔들린 우정, Broken Friendship. This song brought about Koreanized Latin wave. Hongyungmin was also given the nickname of Korean Ricky Martin. This song ranked first place for 3 consecutive weeks in September 2000. It was a huge hit. The time machine of Once Upon a Time is returning to the present. Join me again next week, guys. Here is the top song of 2000, September of 2000. 흔들린 우정, Broken Friendship by 홍경민. Okay, you've just heard the top song of September 2000, 흔들린 우정, Broken Friendship by 홍경민. Well, guys, it's already close out part 1 of Saturday's Hot Beat. But I'll be back with Tell Me Something in the second hour. And we'll be talking about the particular theme on something. So that's why Tell Me Something. And we have a lot of messages, of course, received on the second half. So I'll read them out and we'll be sharing the messages that you guys sent me. And ladies and gentlemen, please send in more and more messages that you want to share, your stories, or anything that's, have to do with our segment. Or if it doesn't, it's okay. Anything that you want to share or song request. All the song requests is welcome for Hot Beat. So please leave the message on our message board. Our message board is always open for you guys. Here is our last song for part 1. It's the, I think, did I say the 6th? What's the 6th or... Oh, number 3. Yes, number 3 song from the September 2000. 아시나요? Do You Know? By 조성모. Ladies and gentlemen, you're about to listen to the Hot Beat. All the sexy girls out there, are you ready to join? BET Hot Beat. Welcome back to the second hour of Hot Beat. That was 사랑에 빠져, Love Toxic by Royal Pirates. Let me tell you again how you can tune into Hot Beat. We've got FM stations in Jeju-do Island, and these are the areas that you can find out. 88.7 in Jeju, 88.1 in Seogwipo, 101.9 in Daejeong, and we've got terrestrial DMB as well. You can also tune into us from New York in the US via snbus.com or SNB Radio. If you got a smartphone, just search for Arirang Radio in your app store. It's a free app, ARIRANGRADIO, Arirang Radio. You can listen to our program on the move and leave your comments through the smartphone Arirang Radio app. Also, you can listen to Arirang Radio through TuneIn. It's an online radio service site with 40 million users worldwide. You can download TuneIn through Google Play or the App Store. You can download Arirang Radio's new widget, Mini Arirang Radio Unit, Maru. Pure Korean terms, Maru refers to the sky. It also points to the living room where families gather over meals and conversations. Guests are greeted home, neighbors commune over celebrations. Arirang Radio's Maru is also that kind of place where you visit anytime you want and take a rest and have fun. Just download Maru on your computer from our website, www.arirangradio.co.kr, and enjoy Arirang Radio. And I'd love to hear from you guys, so leave your comments, messages, and song requests here on the Hotbeat message board at www.arirangradio.com/hotbeat. You can write your messages in any languages. Now here is 2 songs for you before we come back with Tell Me Something. A Real Lady by Swings, featured by Benzino, Gray, and Zion T, and Think About You by Rhythm King, featured by Bumkey, Yeun, and Shorty J. this segment, we get to talk about anything we want with one theme each week. It's Tell Me Something. Clearly, the fall season is near, so for this week's Tell Me Something topic, we ask you, what is the one thing that comes to mind when thinking of fall? The season of food, reading, loneliness. That's what fall is known for. We'll be looking into what you think when you heard the word fall and what fall means to you. I wonder what things you think of for the falls. Now, we'll be back after songs and we'll be reading some messages from you. My Destiny by Lin and 사랑합니다. I Love You by 준수. You've just heard My Destiny by Lin and 사랑합니다. I Love You by 준수. You're listening to Tell Me Something. This week's topic, what is one thing that comes to mind when thinking of fall? Shall we get right into it? Here is Kim Yuri from Korea. Kevin oppa, I have a few foods I always eat during the fall. It is the food known for being popular in the fall, 전어 and 대하. It's prawn. 대하 is prawn. And 전어 is like a fish type. There is an old saying that daughter-in-law left the house because the workload was just getting too much. But she came back home after smelling her mother-in-law grilled 전어, the fish. The fall season is the best time to eat 전어, especially grilled 전어. It is so delicious. There is another food to eat with 전어 called 대하, prawn. Prawn is good for your diet and it is so delicious. I'm so excited to be able to eat fall 전어 and shrimp. Yummy! Oppa, make sure you get to try some too. I never tried the 전어 before. I tried the prawn, but Kimina from Korea. The fall season is all about reading. I know it. Doesn't seem like it, but I love reading. I love reading novels since they help with your imagination and creativity. Things you can't dream of in real life and in books. There's nothing more that makes me happier than reading a nice book inside a cafe during a rainy day. What about you, oppa? Recommend a book for me to read. These days I read a lot of journals from, traveling journals, movie journals, which I received from fans. Yeah, thank you for those books. Chiharun from Japan. Hello, Kevin oppa. For me, it's fall season for my sports. My hobby is watching track and field. Did you remember that you read my hobby on Hello Stranger? Yes. Finally, marathon and ekiden, long-distance relay race season has come again. I will go all over the world because I'm really looking forward to that. Speaking of which, the Asia Convention is held from September 19th in Incheon. Maybe I'll go to watch a marathon. And Dongjun was elected to the torch bearer. He is something. Dongjun, 화이팅! I love track and field. We'll be back after some music. 자전거, Bicycle by Jongin and Katie, and Romantico by Tete. You've just heard 자전거, Bicycle by Jongin and Katie, and Romantico by Tete. This week's topic is, what is the one thing you think of when thinking of fall? What does fall look like for you? Let's continue on with your messages. Yu Jungmin from Japan. Hello, Kevin. I'm Jungmin, a ZEF fan getting ready and preparing to start a job. Maybe it's because I'm preparing to start a job, but the fall reminds me of career and job. The fall is when many companies start hiring new people. There are a lot of college students in the fall who go to the cafe to tidy their resumes and cover letters for the job. I wrote so many applications and resumes, I totally lost count. People say that if you're preparing for a job, 100 resumes is given. I hope all this hard work pays off and I have a solid job by the time fall is over. Please support me. I request a Nasty Nasty's Knock. 급하지 않나, baby. Yeah. Kona from Korea. This fall is all about your first love. During the fall, you feel more loneliness and end up thinking about your first love. My first love is not Kevin. My first love was my school math teacher. I wonder how he's doing. I think a lot about him now that it's almost fall. 형철 선생님, 형철 teacher. I'm Una. How are you doing? I love you. Anyways, I think about my first love, 형철 teacher. The boyfriend who broke up with me, JYG's Park Yoo-chan, who I was so obsessed with for the longest time. They're all my loves. And of course, my current love, Kevin. Oh, you're all I have. You know that, right? 감사합니다. I'm going to get a nice cup of coffee and think about my first love today. Kim Min-jo from Korea. Hello, Kevin oppa. I think of chestnuts in the fall. Oh, 밤. It's so fun to peel them and pop them in your mouth. I would follow my dad when I was younger to the field, and he would shake the tree and I would pick up the chestnuts that fall to the ground. Now that I'm older, I don't have time to do this with my dad anymore. I'm a bit sad. I want to have fun times with my dad picking chestnuts and eating them. Do you have any fun memories with your dad? Oh, by the way, in Korea, chestnuts it is, but in Australia, we pick up a lot of macadamias, the nuts, the white-looking nuts. Yeah, I used to pick that a lot with my dad. Yeah. Mamiko from Japan. Fall in Japan, I think of the earthquakes and tsunami. Oh, okay. Whenever there is an earthquake or tsunami in Japan, I remember all the help we get from Korea. I also know that they always send words of support and encouragement during such times. It's fall from September to November in Japan, and it's the time the most earthquakes and tsunami happen. So I'm a bit afraid. But in the fall, the beach is very beautiful, and when earthquakes and tsunami do not happen, the quiet ocean, the beautiful beach, and the fall leaves. It's really beautiful and eye-catching. You can never forget once you see it. From Mamiko. Thanks for the advice. Well, I'm really sorry to hear about what happened before in Japan. But I'm sure that, everything will be settled very soon. And I'm looking for that beautiful beach. Please recommend me some in Japan. Yeah. The only beach that I've been to was in Okinawa. Well, it was beautiful, but is there any more place with beautiful sceneries? Please recommend me. We'll be back after some music. Here is a Knock by Nasty Nasty, requested by Yoo Jung-min from Japan and Mizuki from Japan. And also 있다 없으니까 Got Not Around Any Longer by Sister 19. And we'll be back with more messages. You've just heard a Knock by Nasty Nasty, requested by Yoo Jung-min from Japan and Mizuki from Japan. Also 있다 없으니까 Got Not Around Any Longer by Sister 19. On Tell Me Something, we talk about set themes every week. Tell Me Something's this week's topic is, what is the one thing you think of when thinking of fall? Let's continue on to more of your messages. Here's Hwang Hye-young from Korea. The one thing I think of in the fall is bugs. Bugs. My house is on the first floor of an apartment in the fall, and the sounds of crickets are so loud. It's so loud it gets hard to sleep. Sometimes the crickets would come into my room. I hate it and get the goosebumps every time. Not only is there a lot of crickets, but also a lot of moths. Ew. I think the fall is when all bugs get together. Whenever I think all of the bugs during the fall, I hope for the fall season to go by quickly. Kang-euna from Korea. The students in Korea, the fall season is season for the test and exams. And of course, as soon as summer vacation ends, it is the fall season. And with the fall season comes endless tests and exams, from the mock exam to midterms, and there's more exams. And before you know it, the official big test of the year, the SATs, fall is season for the endless studying. They say the fall sky is always so clear and blue, but for students, it's so hard to take time out and stare at the sky. Students are always stuck at school, tutor academies, libraries, and other places to study, that we can't even look into the sky. Isn't this so sad? Kevin, can you give us high school students a word of encouragement to study and work hard during the fall? I think it'll be a lot of help. Kang-euna 양, 화이팅 하세요. I hope you get a good result after you take your exams. And don't worry, everything will get back to you with a good news. So everything that you do, everything that you put in for the test, yes, it will come back in a good way. Mizuki from Japan. I think of the loneliness in fall whenever I see the falling leaves. I sometimes get teary-eyed. I don't know exactly why, but I feel so empty. Kevin, do you know what it feels like to be like this? Ah, I always want to be left alone and thus want to read a book alone, go on a trip alone, and even watch movies alone. I've even wanted to wear a trench coat, pop up the collar, put my hands in the pockets, and walk on the fall leaves. This sounds funny, doesn't it? I also think of ballad songs during this lonely season. Even though it's a time for ballads, I'll support Nasty Nasty's Knock. Thank you. We had even more messages after than this. Thank you for sending us your messages. Let's listen to some more music. Coffee by 방탄소년단 BTS and Caffeine by Yang Yo-seop, featured by Young Jun-young. In preparations for the upcoming fall season, we talk about what is one thing that comes to mind when thinking of fall. Today, thank you everyone for sending us all the things that come to your mind during the fall. Now, next week's topic is, tell us about your ideal type. 이상형. Everyone has an ideal type. Feel free to tell us which celebrity it is, or maybe it can be, you can specifically tell me which part and which sort of guy you like. Tell us about what kind of personality you like and don't like. Tell us all about the visual and personality you like and the one thing you always look for. Post your message on our message board of what your ideal type is, and we'll talk more about it next week. You know that posting your message early gives you a better chance of having it read on here, right in this segment, Tell Me Something, right? So that's all for tonight's Tell Me Something. I'll be back with more of your messages next week. And just remember again, next week's topic is ideal type. And it's time to say goodbye to Heartbeat for Saturday, September 13th. Here's our last song for today. 힐링이 필요해, October Rain by Yoongun. And I'll see you tomorrow. 안녕, 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 안녕.